were challenges, but then Jacob saw changes. And I want to tell you today that that's God's desire for you. But it's not just to change your situation. He wants to change you. Let me say that again. So many times we get caught up in saying, God, change my situation, change my situation. And God says, I'm fine with that, but I also want to change you. No, I didn't ask for that. But God, change my situation. Do this for me. Do that for me. Yeah, but I want to do this in your life. No, I'm good. Thank you. But God, change my situation. Make me work. And it doesn't go that way. See, I will tell you that when God changes your situation, he tends to change you as well. There's a work that he wants to do in you, not just for you. Oh, come on, that's huge. There's a work that God wants to do in you as well as for you. And can I show you what changed as a result of that touch from that wrestling match? Number one, Jacob's whole mindset changed. He changed his name. He changed his name. Now, there are moments that we see name changes in the Bible. Okay? But I find this one really, really significant, and I'll tell you why. Take a look at this verse again, verse 27 and 28. You ready? What is your name, the man asked, and he replied, Jacob. Your name will no longer be Jacob, the man told him. From now on, you will be called Israel. Look why. Because, you ready? You have fought with God and with men and have won. Let me give you some background information on Jacob. Jacob was a bit of a stinker. Jacob conned his big brother Esau to give up his birthright for food. In fact, this got so serious that Jacob spent much of his life running away or staying away from his brother Esau. And there are other moments in the scriptures where Jacob was a bit of a trickster, if you will. That became his reputation. Dare I say that became his identity. But after this wrestling match, his identity changed. Because now, instead of being a trickster, you're going to be the one that's known as the one who fought with God and man and won. When you fight in prayer, you need to get ready. Because God wants to change you so much that you are not even like the person that you once were. You were once this, but then when God touches you, you are that. You were once this way. You had a history. You had a reputation, if you will, of some stuff that wasn't so good. But when you fight with God in prayer, and when God touches you, and when God blesses you, your whole mindset's going to change. Your identity is going to change, and you are no longer known as the person with all kinds of baggage. You're no longer known as the person who had the hot mess. You are no longer the person who made all those mistakes years ago. You're not going to be known as the person who was this. Now you have a new identity. You're different. You've been changed. And the only person who could do that, by the way, is God. This isn't part of my sermon, but hear me. Some of you have settled for other people's opinion of you, and you have allowed that to become your identity. The Lord would say to you today, whoever you are, the Lord would say to you that what matters is not what other people think of you more than what I think of you. And your identity comes from God. Is that not good? I don't know who that's for, but man, receive that. Receive that. Walk in that. Live in that. You are not what other people try to make your identity into being to. You are what God says your identity is. And that's a change in mindset.